Hey, it's New Game Club. I'm your host, Chris. Uh, and these are the people I pay to be my friends. This is Tiffany Smithany
Hello.
and Alfredo Fettuccine. All
Not
of our real names.
not fettuccine.
No,
Fettuccine.
it's Fettuccine. The E is silent.
Oh, okay. You could have gone with the real thing. You just made up a word for no reason. That's all. That's Alfredo. Blah blah blah.
We're still playing Clair Obscur.
Mhm.
I do not remember where we left off last time we recorded.
We were just
About to enter
getting
the Flying
into the
Waters.
second zone.
And
Yes.
this is New Game Club, where we play a game and then we talk about it for a long time. But I think
A
everything,
long time.
everything, everything should get its due. I feel people worked on this, and we should talk about it, not skip any bits. So we are going to talk about some story beats and full spoilers ahead, I suppose. So if you want to play along at home, this we're getting to this part now. We're still in Act One. I believe we left off right outside the Flying Waters. We got really into the weeds with gameplay. Speaking of which, I do want to say, so you guys mentioned you guys didn't have like a combo system. You guys just played the game.
I I mean,
Well,
loose combo system. Like, hey, I would do this and then this and this, but it wasn't like min max combo type thing.
I don't min max.
yeah.
And you mentioned too, you don't use healing because you feel like it's a tip. So typically in Pokemon, I won't use any healing or not healing, but like
Mhm.
status abilities because I feel like it's a waste of a turn. But in
Oh, so you're a
RPGs,
noob Pokemon player.
I don't play that much Pokemon.
Yeah, because the really good ones use items during their turn that will help them in the next like couple turns.
Oh, no, setup moves are OP.
Yeah.
I play for now. I don't play for the future.
Mm.
But in JRPGs, I usually always have a healer. I make the MC a healer if I can. That's crazy. You just don't. I mean, you're also taking one hit kills, right?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter if I heal for 200 when I get 400 damage on my 300 character. Um, but also, like, I
Fair.
did at a certain point start getting into heals with like Gustav. He started to somewhat heal, but yeah, I mean, I to be fair, at first I thought that the heals were a finite source, so I I was like, oh, I don't want to wait. I only have three. It's weird how I'm not getting any more of those. And
But I mean, the healing math.
yeah, but then I realized I was like three. I was like, wait, what? And then there's these things that I just did the. I finally did the math, and I was like, hey, this is like this game, and you get those back in this game. You know, the Dark Souls games, and yeah, and then I started healing.
Which Souls elements in RPG did not expect it.
Yeah, but I mean, I've normally in a lot of games I'd rather just attack than heal. I get like the whole thing like, hey, you need to heal so that you can stay alive longer. But my thing is, if I kill you faster, I don't. It doesn't matter how much health I have, you're dead.
Yeah, that's definitely a good game plan if you can pull it off, especially if you're playing on the hard mode where you pretty much get one shot.
It might also be how I built them though, just because I didn't give them really much health, more health. So it may be also that.
Yeah.
So my strategy was to mark them, and then Lune has an ability that goes off of a mark. Um, Mael also has a marking ability, but she also has a burning ability, which Lune builds off of the burn. Um, and then I believe there's an ice ability where if they're burning and you use it, you get more AP. So it was Sail marks, Mail burns, Lune gets the bonus AP, and you get an extra turn from that ability. So I would just get two Lune turns right back to back, and then it would kind of just go back and forth between them until I got enough stains to get the big lightning dance. I don't know if you guys unlock that one because those the trees are kind of choice. Um, but that was I would basically pass kind of back and forth, but that one would mark, that one would burn, that would take advantage of the burn, and then it would go back to male has advantage of makes them weak to burn. If they're burning, you change stances, so everything was like
Yeah, I was aware of
synergy.
those things, but like I didn't get.
I was like, I have to use it. They're here.
Yeah, I was starting to combo towards the end once I unlocked a bunch of abilities and stuff, but my problem was I can't dodge. So everyone was constantly getting hit. So I had to break up my momentum to heal constantly. So like I didn't have like time to focus on the team synergy. I was just trying to individual characters
Not
doing their thing. Like they were ending up like comboing a bit, but I didn't have time to build that because I just randomly have to waste a turn healing.
that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. I mean, I definitely did with Loon and Mael, where like Mael can make them weak, or not. Was it weak? What was it called when you made them weaker? Just
She can
yeah.
mark
Well,
them.
she would make them weak to fire, and then Loon would hit fire, have fire stacks
Yeah,
on them.
yeah. So she could do that.
But honestly, I just didn't really combo. I just had more rolls. Like Gustav was my breaker. He was really good at breaking. Loon
Mhm.
was my elemental damage wherever I needed it. And then, eventually I did get a character later, which, I used more. But yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Male has an ability to just break all shields.
I didn't see that
Isn't
one.
that one of them you can get?
I might not have unlocked that one.
I think it's Male. Yeah, if there's just any amount of shield, you can just take
That
all
would
of
be
them
very
out
useful.
with this one
There's
ability.
a lot of enemies that have dumb
I-
shields.
I'm pretty sure it's Male.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the time I got to the end of the act, I was like using Gustav a lot to free shoot, which could apply burning and mark. So that
And gets rid
would
of
let
shields.
the other two combo if I got lucky.
Definitely, the
But-
free shooting has its advantage against shield enemies.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, we did. Now we are in the open world at this point, and the open world, I will say, I didn't expect it. I didn't know the game was gonna have a big open world like that. I thought it would, but it wouldn't be in the aspect like the overhead, looking down at a small version of us.
Yeah, did not
Yeah.
expect that.
Yeah, no,
enjoyed
I think it was really cool, and I do like how the enemies don't really fight you in the open world unless you fight them. Like you can just like run past them.
If you get really close, they will run after
Yeah.
you, but you'd
I
have
think
to
you could
like
pretty much run a run of them.
pretty much already be running at them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I did like that because I didn't want to be constantly just running from everything around.
Yeah.
But I did like it, and I do like how you can explore for sure. And there's areas you're not gonna be able to hit yet until you get certain things. But it is kind of linear in the sense where it lets you know where to go, and you kind of have to go there to keep going through the story and keep going to unlock stuff to go to new areas, which is natural in video games. But it also does let you like, hey, just go walk around and figure some stuff out, which I liked.
Mm-hmm. And warns you don't come here unless you want to die.
It does warn you about certain areas. Yeah.
Which I took as a personal challenge.
Yeah, me too. And then you go in and you hit them for like 1 damage, and they hit you for like 1,000. It's like, okay, bye.
I killed all of them. I think there's only one thing that I decided not to fight, but we can get to that.
I think I went to an area where I just got like 1 shot. You did so much damage.
But again, we're playing on normal mode. You're playing on hard mode, so that's
Yeah.
Maybe.
But we found our flying waters, right? That's where we left off.
Yes. So we were searching for Mael, who we keep talking about but haven't. Well, we met her in the prologue, but yeah.
So, I do want to say I have a bias towards certain levels. I'm sure a lot of people might have this bias, but I really, really, really hate water levels in any game.
That seems really common.
Yeah.
I hate lava levels.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with lava levels, but I just remember playing games on my Nintendo, and water levels were just so garbage, and depending on how the game's camera worked, it made it even worse. So, even though this wasn't a water level in that sense, because you were not swimming, you were walking, and it was just water kind of suspended around you, I just don't like it. It just bring back, like, memories. I was like, I hate water levels, I just hate them all.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very heavy underwater aesthetic.
So yeah, it's really gamey. There's not too much to talk about. There's not a lot of story until you get to, what do they call it? The shack? Hut?
Something like that.
I think there's a little mini boss on the way there who I hated, by the way, because he was covered in holes and they were all pulsating.
Do you have that tryptophobia, or what's it called?
No, but there's just some things where I'm just like, I don't care for that.
Okay,
how
because that's
looks.
made up. That is a made up thing.
You're-
You're gonna tell me you're scared of holes? You're scared of holes?
Breaking news, you've heard it here.
Yeah, like I don't have that phobia, but like that shit just like is like unsettling in like a gross
Yeah.
way.
I don't remember how it looked.
It was like a barnacle guy.
like
the blacksmith, I
Yeah.
think it was.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
He was like a big guy with barnacles for a
He must
face.
not have scared me as much as he scared you guys.
I just thought it was kind of icky the way they pulsated.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't really bother me.
But you make your way to the hut, which turns out to be a mansion.
Yeah.
Did you guys going through the mansion? Did you guys check every single?
I
Okay.
checked every single door.
Yeah, and they were all locked, and
I was like, I'm not
Like about halfway, I found the open door with Mael in it.
circle
I
back around.
Walked right past it to check every
I was
other
like,
door, and every single
I'm
one
not
was
letting
locked.
any of these devs trying to get this fucking fast one past me.
Yeah.
I will say there was a good amount of stuff. Like there was like 2 or 3 things when you go in there that you can kind of find, but I do
Was
like.
there?
Yeah. There was a painting you can walk through that that had like it was like a little. He had his like a little dog in like a little dog house in there where they kept their dog and stuff.
I gotta go back.
There, you can actually pull on the. There's some wall fixtures you can pull down on, and there's a bunch of them in one room, and then it would open something. So there was a good amount of stuff. Like I just walked towards a wall and I saw, and I was like, "Hey, interact with this, okay?" And nothing happened. And then I saw more of the same things on other sides of the wall in that room, and kind of did the math there.
Missed it entirely.
Oh my.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, I found absolutely nothing.
I get the feeling we're gonna be spending a lot of time in the mansion, though, at least in and out. So
Well, there is a point where you find a different mysterious door that leads to the manor, but it's like
Manor.
a completely
It's like
separate
mansion.
part.
yeah, but then you come out a door and you're like, oh, I'm just back here. Okay. But we find Mael. She's fucking cool. She's chilling. Oh, Gustav's over here freaking out. I can't remember what they were just like, hey, I missed you. Right?
Yeah, so she didn't really say like how she get there. She's like, this guy saved me, and it's just
Fucking
like,
no face.
yeah,
Very
I have no idea what he is.
very scary looking.
He doesn't
Yeah, he
speak,
Yeah.
but he's
But yeah,
chill.
he sucks, but he's chill. Like no,
Yeah, he has like an aura around him, like a black aura that just isn't really solid, if I remember correctly. And he's kind of a nothing character they use for something later. But as much as they wanted to make him feel like, oh, this is kind of like a somewhat important guy, I really had no interest in him either. Just no face. Like he's literally a no face. Like I don't remember him
yeah,
like that much.
he literally has no face. Really spooky looking,
Yeah.
but for some reason he's chill. He teaches you how to use Mail. Apparently they've been training this whole time. I have to assume he's the one who saved her.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she mentions that.
So can't remember if it happens before or after this point, but we do find other no face people.
Yeah,
So
yeah, you encounter like a
it's
couple.
like they're like kids.
Yeah, I remember
Yes,
finding
yes.
2.
Oh my god. I remember the no face children.
I don't remember if I found any there.
No, I
do
can't.
know
I can't remember
later.
where they are, but I know they come up. So they're connected.
Yeah, I think it's
obviously.
later.
They're in like the later levels.
I think it's after this, like after this area.
Yeah, it's definitely after that.
Yeah, you go. Well, yeah.
What do they call him again? Caretaker?
Something like that.
I don't know. They don't really explain what they are yet. It's just kind of. They just talk
Yeah.
like to you, but not really. You can't have a conversation with them. They just kind of talk.
Yeah, like a ghost.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
try and question the kids. You have like a couple of choices. And then they just stop
Yeah.
responding. They're very vague, but it feels like very important to the lore. As soon as you leave the manor, we encounter... I'm blanking on the name.
The gestural.
Our first gestural.
Little cute guys.
I like him. And who Lune is like, oh my
Yeah.
god, these are real? Like a nerd.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
what is that? Are they like bedtime stories they tell the kids to something? Because a lot of times they did mention like, oh, if your apprentices could see this, they'd be so happy, and like I feel I got the sense that it's something they tell kids like, oh, there's these nice gesturals there, and they do this and this, and they're kind of like whimsical or clumsy. I got the sense that's how it is. I don't know if that's really how it is. That's just how I was reading into it.
I think that goes back to the whole like that one expedition is the only one that made it all the way through and came back. So what is it? 30, 60
so
years
they definitely
later?
brought...
It's like, your great I guess the generations aren't that much far apart, but your
Yeah.
elder told you about this thing, then they told them, and then they told them, and they told them, and then it's like it's
Hmm.
almost like a myth of like my older brother said
And
a paintbrush man exists.
Well, I just
there is a possibility all of these weird things existed before whatever disaster happened, because
yeah.
we have no idea if the world was exactly like ours before the painters
Hmm.
appeared, or if it was weird before then.
Yeah, they do have snippets of areas where it's like, hey, this is like the old times right here. So, and it was kind of like our, how our world would look. Um,
Yeah, like their city is like obviously Paris.
At least Paris inspired.
but it looks like a destroyed
Yeah.
version of Paris.
No, like you can see like the Eiffel Tower and like the Arc de Triomphe in the opening cinematic.
Eiffel Tower is
So
melting. Also,
Yeah.
yeah. So like it is Paris. We don't know if it
it's like
was
Dolly's Paris.
just normal Paris or if it was fantasy Paris before this happened though.
Fair dues.
Because like they're like magic and the tech that uses it seems fairly advanced if it's a new phenomena.
But the tech also feels like magic. It's like it's
Yeah.
like if they're able to make this new tech because of discovery magic, as if it's like a I don't know if it's like a new source of something. Maybe it's just magic to us, but to them it's just like, something else.
Yeah, I would assume if it was new as of the paintress that it would have come up in some kind
Yeah.
of dialogue at some point.
Like, oh,
But
we
they
can
never
we can do
explicitly
magic
say
now 'cause
either
of
way.
paintbrushes. Yeah, I mean, I kind of just Final Fantasy rules of it and go, why is there cars and swords and summoning? Don't think about it. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we meet our Gestrel, who Lune is very excited about, and then I can't remember why exactly. Oh, because we need a swim, right?
Yeah.
So they're like, we're not going to
Uh,
visit the Gestrels, and then the Gestrel's like, hey, I can, my chef can tell you how to swim, so you guys can get closer to the painters.
I guess before we even get to that, we should mention that the Gestrel you meet is a merchant.
Yeah,
And they have an interesting system where you have to beat these Gestrels are very into fighting, and
for like funsies.
they yeah, just for fun, and they have an interesting system where you have to kind of beat them to get their secret stock of inventory, which is usually just one item.
So far, I think usually a cosmetic, right?
Yeah, I think it's a cosmetic.
yeah.
Which I always
But when
got.
you do fight them, this little adorable Gestrel just turns into like a giant. He just like pumps himself up,
He uses big spells.
and yeah, he just gets big. And you fight him, and you can just choose to fight with one person. If I remember correctly, you just choose one of them.
Yes.
Yeah, but then you beat him, and he's like, "Wow, you can fight!" And then he lets you buy his stuff because you beat him up.
It's very in the lore that they're just down to fight.
We haven't described them at all yet. They're like
If
marionette
I kind of thought of them as like
looking
if a paintbrush
puppets.
was a guy.
No,
Yeah,
I
they're like paintbrush. They're like puppets with paintbrushes for heads.
you know what they are. What I realized pretty early on, they're those little stick things that you can like when artists you can kind of like maneuver them how you want to get like a pose of a person. That's basically what they are. They're just those little.
I
I
can see
don't know
that.
what they're called.
Yeah, just more theming of like the color and light and painting going out throughout the whole
Mhm,
game.
Okay.
Yeah, so we discovered that we have to go to the Chestral village to get their help to because apparently we can't just walk all the way to the paintress. We have to
What did they expect?
there's some
What
water
did
in
they
the way.
expect? It's clearly very far. Also, he calls the chief the chef, and we take it, we accept that. Yeah. So right after that, then you kind of go to leave the flying waters, but for some reason you don't go out the way you came in. You just keep going. Um,
Well, because at that point we're trying to find the Gestrels where they live.
Yeah.
That's why we go out the other way because we're basically Mael's like, oh, I just know it's around
Oh, yeah,
here, but
yeah,
I've never been there.
that makes sense. But we find
Yeah.
ourselves in a clearing with a bunch of flowers, and then Gustav's like horny for it because it reminds him of his girlfriend, uh, his ex girlfriend, and
Yeah, there's one flower in the middle that looks exactly like the one he gave to his now dead ex.
he makes a grab for it, and a Nevron comes out of nowhere, and another boss fight ensues. Which I think for me begs the question of they're not just mindless monsters, because after you beat him and you're like, okay, we won't fuck with your flowers, he just dips, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Every time everything that happens, I keep thinking, okay, there's more. There's a lot more to this. They're not just mindless monsters. Um, I'll say my theory when we get to that. Uh, After that, then right is pretty much there's like a gestural maze, and then we find the village eventually. Did you guys get trapped in the maze? There's a lot of kind of circly back and secrets in that area.
Yeah, not really yeah, I was just like exploring every nook for all the secrets.
Yeah.
So I had to backtrack a bit, like, oh my god, fighting them.
So yeah, right.
You know how when you kill one, they like
Yeah.
suicide explode?
So
I never successfully dodged
I
that
think I only
once.
blocked that once ever. Okay, so you get to the place and you're attacked with an alarm that there's Neverons, and you're like, "Hey, we're just people." And a giant thing comes out. The name is Sakapatat, and it's apparently anti-Nevron technology that Gestrals have. French fun fact: Sakapatat means sack of potatoes. But you fight that.
Yeah, the Gestrals aren't the most
No,
intelligent
but
of
they're great.
creatures.
I noticed a bunch of like trees in the area are just like really tall, dead gestrals. The weapons the Sakapatats use are also just dead gestrals, um, or at least very stiff ones. Um, but yeah, so everyone they're like these big cloth mechs that I guess they drive around because I think when you kill it, a little gestral comes out of it. And then, but yeah,
Yeah.
every time you kill them, they fall and explode on you, and it's the worst.
Yeah, they are.
Oh yeah, this zone is where you first encounter one of the faceless
Mm,
children.
mm.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Because then that maze right before you enter the maze, that you speak to that faceless child on the cliffside, um, and also before that, you actually run into one of those things that run away, and you have to kind of corner them in their certain spot, and then if you defeat them, you get special items.
Patank.
I had,
Yeah,
yeah, I could not defeat them half the time.
Really?
that first one I could beat.
Really? I beat every single one I
Don't
found.
think I beat.
No, they
Yeah.
can take a lot of hits,
Do
and
they
then some of
dip,
them
right?
require certain things. Yeah, they leave after like 3 turns. And then especially at the first one when he did attack, I didn't know his patterns yet.
Mhm.
He just one shots my characters, so then I would know 2 characters. And then later it's just I started to realize, hey, this one is weak to this and this one's weak to this. They have weaknesses, but it's definitely a lot harder than I thought it would be to get the extra items.
So another French fun fact:
Yeah.
Patank is a French game where you throw little balls into like a pig. I didn't read exactly
Oh.
all of it, but yeah, which makes
And yeah, he shoots
he
little
shoots little
balls.
balls at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like every zone, like going forward, is gonna have like these special recurring enemies that give you extra stuff if you
Mhm.
beat them.
It really seems that way.
Because there's those guys, there's the,
Mimes.
what are they called? Like the colorless variants or something. The chromatic
Mhm.
variant. They're just like super tough boss enemies. Completely optional, but you get
I fought
stuff
every single
for
one.
beating them. Yeah.
See, I instead of those little tankies or they're called, I prefer like the treasure goblins some games have, or just like a goblin running around with cash, like and it just runs and you chase it down. Usually you see that like in Diablo type games, but that's what I prefer. Just chase down this enemy that's trying to keep his gold and you beat him up.
I mean, it's similar. You have
Yeah,
to
but this,
corral him into the right spot before you can even fight him. And I think it's pretty obvious.
yeah,
It's always a big circle. Like you know where the spot is if you look around.
no, yeah, it's a
Yeah.
predetermined spot you need to get him to, which you can just keep going around in circles and circles and circles, and they'll never leave. The only time they actually leave is when you fight them, and then their turns end and they bounce. But you can break them. You can keep breaking them over and over, so it kind of resets their thing.
Oh, that's good. Because I'd always got it, but I'd be like, I gotta get my fucking combo or it's gonna run away. Like I'd be like a turn away from losing it. But yeah, we make our way through that little redwoods, I think they're called.
Yeah, it's a fairly large level, not much
Dungeon?
in it,
Call it a
just
dungeon.
I don't even
fighting
know if it would be
Jestros.
considered a maze because it just circles around and goes to the where you need to go either way,
I
right?
found myself
Like,
like coming back. I'm like, wait a second, I think I was here already. But I
yeah,
was
so I guess
also
it's a maze.
Yeah.
Well, what's a maze? Something you get lost in?
yeah.
Because is a maze
Yeah,
the
I
construct
would
itself?
consider it technically a maze because it is like obviously deliberately designed to be like confusing to navigate,
True,
and it
but
like
doesn't
doubles backs and loops on
Oh,
itself.
I guess
Mhm.
that's true.
Are
I don't know. I did find it like I don't like this part.
are your eyes
Just
amazed, dog?
getting lost in them. I really didn't like. I hate
Uh,
as a person who has to explore a lot of stuff, and I know like I explore a lot of stuff in games, and I used to play games with Chris a lot, and I know he even does that 10 times more than I do. Um, but I get a little bit of anxiety when they give me multiple branching paths to go down, and all of them look kind of like something should be down there. And because I was like, what if I go down the path that I'm supposed to go down, and it locks the area behind me? And that's how I felt in this area because I
Yeah.
was like, is this the path I need to go down, or is this one? Because I need to figure out the path I need to go down so I don't go down that path.
I think my one complaint so far about this game
Yeah.
really is when you do go down that path. I don't know if you've got noticed. It gets theatric. Like there's the black bars kind of come up, and you're like, okay, a scene or something is gonna happen. I feel like
Mhm.
They do like the Dark Soul thing where they light up the path. You're just supposed to go down a lot of the time.
I don't remember.
Like with street lights on the side, or what? Like
Yeah.
ambient lighting is
Like-
brighter in that area.
No, like there's literally like floating lamps. Like if you come to a crossroads, one of them has floating lamps and one of them
I don't know if I
doesn't.
play this
I've
fucking game
never
yet.
noticed
not-
that.
It's not all of
Okay.
them, but I definitely noticed it on a
I
few
did see lamps in this
levels.
level. I will say that I remember lamps.
Yeah.
But my complaint is
think,
how
like-
it gets theatric. The little black bars come. I feel like for me, it's like, oh, I should back off because this is something's gonna happen. I'm gonna go explore the other way. But the black bars coming down, it's already like it's too late. The scene's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
it's
Like if it gave you a
yeah,
second longer
Yeah.
just to not do it, I think I'd appreciate
We-
that.
I get that complaint, but at the same time, if you're progressing down the story, like, hey, like this is gonna be a, I think with the Saka Patati, I think that's a like an ambush, right?
Mhm.
So I mean, it
Yeah.
would not really be logical. It's like, hey, we're about to play ambush scene, but letting you walk back, and now you, oh, never mind, it's fine.
You can kind of tell like when you're going into like a big
Yeah.
clearing that like looks fancy. Like, oh, this is probably
Yeah,
the way
it's
to
like
go.
the Doom thing when you're playing Doom, and it's like, oh, this room has way too much ammo and health. I wonder what the next room's gonna be. No, that's you can kind of tell with it. But that boss, I do like the look of the I guess they're kind of like battle robots they make in a way,
Mhm.
because even kids can go in them and just control like a 18-foot tall creature. I do like it. It is really like the patchwork look to it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love everything about this area so far.
Yeah, like it's a bright autumn red forest. It looks very nice.
I was like, maybe nothing. All the stuff isn't so terrible as it was fucking 2 hours ago.
yeah.
I did kind of wonder how, in the pecking order of this world, how strong are the Gestrels? Because you have some very big Gestrels.
Well, I should mention when you first get to the area and you get ambushed by the Sakapatat, you're surrounded by a bunch of dead Nevrons.
Yeah.
Yes, so that is true, and obviously they're pushing into their base, and they make these things to kill the Nevrons, and they are a very
Fight happy.
fight happy society. Yes, so that's why it makes me wonder where is the pecking order. Like if you put one of these champions, as they call them, into later parts of the game, would they be able to like fight them and win?
I don't imagine. I get the vibe where it's more like we keep to ourselves and we can defend ourselves, but this is kind of it. Although I imagine it's going to be more merchants as we go down the road. So,
That's true.
and also later throughout walking around the village, I believe it is mentioned that the Gestrels are essentially immortal. Like they don't die really.
Well, they
Yeah,
can die, right? They
they
just don't
die,
age.
but then
They
they
just like
come back
yeah,
to
they like
life.
hibernate. I feel like is kind of what came off.
So why do they have a doctor? They had like a very obese doctor there.
I'm trying to remember.
It was
Isn't he like he doesn't do
Yeah, didn't he
much?
say that? He's like, yeah, I don't do anything because no one dies here.
I don't remember. There was times where I talked to people and I thought, hey, this is like a side thing. He's kind of telling me something, and then nothing comes from it. But I do wonder because like there is the leader. She's like a
chef?
she's like a is that her name, Chef? She's the girl.
I think it's
She's the
Golgra. Golga.
I don't
Go.
remember her name.
Do Gestrels have gender?
She does seem
She
like a
sound-
lady.
She yes, because all the other ones have like a very distinct voice, and then hers was a little different and more feminine. But I can see what you mean by
yeah,
do
like,
they have a gender?
The voice, it's probably like a voice actress doing it, but like the characters have.
I mean,
I don't know.
yeah, not really.
I mean, it's probably the same
Not
voice, and they just changed the
They
pitch
don't
of it.
appear to reproduce.
Well, they're sacks. They reproduce from their sacks, like all of us do.
I'm assuming we all walked around and looked at everything. Did you guys see the Daft Punk reference? Oh, you probably never heard of
No
that band.
idea.
Daft
I've heard the name, but I don't
Daft
know.
Punk, no longer a band, unfortunately, but it's two French guys, so fitting for the game. There's one of the gestuals that he's like, we have to make this harder, better, faster, stronger for the future or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There's a This Is Fine reference with one of the gestuals.
Yes, I did see that one for sure. I saw that one.
He's just sitting there on fire. I don't know if it's a reference, but there's one that says, "This is the gestural way." Mandalorian.
Oh,
That one feels like a reach compared to the other references.
Yeah. The devs do seem to like put memes in the.
Which again, for me, was like, all right, this game is it's memes. It's great. My entire fleet didn't get destroyed.
Did you guys have a hard time with the Sakapatiti boss or whatever it's called?
I beat it first try.
I beat it first try.
Again,
I think it
okay,
beat me
normal,
like
normal,
the regular
normal.
enemies give me trouble, but the bosses. Some of the bosses don't. Some of the bosses I have to try a few times. Some of them I beat first try.
Okay, because I think it beat me like 3 or 4 times before I beat it. I'm starting to think you guys should go on a higher difficulty if bosses and these things are just one try fights.
I will
at
say,
this point.
No. Not all of them.
It wasn't until Flying Waters where I was just kind of like, fights will be over too. I couldn't build a combo. Fights would be over too quickly, and then when I hit Flying Waters is when the enemies started ramping in difficulty. Where I
Well, it was we completely missed it. Did you fight the giant Nevron in Flying Waters? There's like a very giant Nevron. Like so you have to look
the barnacle guy. Yeah.
No.
But he's an optional. No, he's an optional fight.
The big one
Like
that sucks you. You know, the sucky guy.
Yeah.
Not the barnacle guy.
This guy was like in a little like
Okay.
side path in a small clearing, and he's just a giant Nevron, and he eats one of your characters right off the first turn. He eats
Yeah.
them.
That's different from the
Also-
barnacle guy.
Yeah, I think you guys are talking about 2 different things.
That I think that's the barnacle
no,
No,
guy.
he's not a the Nevron's not a barnacle. It's more like a weird lychee thing.
Like a plant. If a plant was a guy.
Yeah, it's I don't know what it would be considered, but
It's,
it's not a barnacle.
and who the fuck's the barnacle guy?
Hold on, I'm googling.
If that's not him.
Let me show you a picture. You were the barnacle guy all along.
The real barnacle guy was the friends we made along the way. Here, I have the picture. He's like a
Oh,
mid boss.
yeah, those guys are just like regular.
There was one that
No,
was
not
they
that
made
one.
a big deal about him coming out. That guy's the barnacle guy. The other, he's like big. Is he white? I think. And he's like a big droopy guy, and he sucks you up. I think we're.
This
I just don't know.
this is
That's
the
the
guy I'm
only-
talking
I don't know
about.
his name.
I guess you could put this in the video since we're sharing these, but this is the guy I'm talking about.
Like a big sad flower.
Well, you don't fight that specific one.
Yeah,
You just
but-
fight a slightly smaller.
But
yeah.
basically that
Yeah.
that ginormous big guy.
Oh, I thought his face kind of looked like a barnacle.
Oh my god.
To me, he looks like a weird, like a sucky monster. I don't know.
It's not
Yeah.
that kind of game.
You do see that specific one again a little
Mm-hmm.
later, but we can talk about that then.
Well,
But yeah,
yeah, he was a hard
Okay.
fight for me because he just takes one of your characters right off the bat, and then one hit,
I-
he hits like the other character's pretty.
I don't think.
I think
you
I
can-
took 2
I don't think you can
tries.
dodge that, right?
I have no idea.
No, you can't dodge it. I've multiple times would try to counter, didn't work. Dodge, and even my character's model would completely leave. Its mouth would go over where it was, and my character was out of the mouth and obviously not in there, and it would just suck it up and then say it got grabbed.
Yeah, I also had that, but I just assumed I was just bad at dodging it.
I don't know, because that's such a weird.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah, they,
Yeah.
it's weird that everything is blockable. That's why it feels weird. But I didn't have trouble with them. I will say I might
Yeah, it took me a
I might
couple.
be over leveled
but-
because my rule with these types of games is if I ever backtrack or happen to fight, if I'm in an area and I see an enemy, I have to fight it. Just regardless, unless I'm way too strong for it.
Mhm.
But I have to fight it because it's there, and then that way that's how I level up and eventually get too over leveled. I'm guessing.
I mean, that's the fun of it. That's the fun of these. You go in and you start pub
Yeah,
stomping.
I fought most enemies. I did start skipping them in the last area.
But I feel
Yeah.
for me that's probably why I'm not having trouble because I'm doing it multiple times, so I get the rhythms down, and then I like there's some enemies towards the end of the act where it'd be my first time fighting them, and I'd block all their attacks.
Yeah, you might be over leveled. I assume I'm probably at like the standard level that you should be, because I fight most of them.
Mhm.
I fought some a couple times when I backtracked. Then I started skipping. If
Yeah, I'll skip them if it's already been a couple times, or if I'm too strong, then it's like, what's the point? So we meet the chef. Or did you guys want to talk more about the gestural village?
No, you can because I mean, technically, you're supposed to talk to the chef first. She's like right there.
I did everything else before
First-
I talked to the chef.
Oh, really? Just like right in the main
Yeah,
building.
I
you
did
talk-
too.
I avoided it entirely.
yeah, I avoided that because that advances
Yeah.
the story.
I actually don't think it did. It just like, hey, do this, and it was okay. And then I went to go walk around.
But you don't
Yeah.
know that till after you talk
so
to
I
her.
I couldn't do it. I have to look at everything. Did you get jumped in the
Yeah.
back alley?
Yes.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, there was the casino that was not much
No.
there.
I did. You do get something from the casino though.
Yeah. Can't remember what.
Yeah, a picto.
Yeah.
More than likely.
But yeah, it's just a
so
bunch of
this is where the other door for the manor was.
Yeah.
yeah. You can, and there's more hidden stuff in there too.
Now I have to go back.
But it that whole area was just hey, go around the town and talk to people. It was, and then some side quests here and there, like, oh, help this kid off
Mhm.
of this, you know,
Yeah.
just little things like that. Very not important to the story at all.
Yeah.
Just more like, hey, just kind of world building. Like, hey,
RPG
these
town.
are people too, or yeah. Like, hey, go get my piece of bread. I mean, they didn't ask that, but that's very RPG-ish. But
Go get my 47 grapes I've dropped, please.
But yeah, you do eventually. The whole time you're going through the town, you do see that they keep saying they like to fight, and they even have a fighting pit for like not for them to fight, but they get in their big tank-like things, whatever they are, and they fight in those things.
Second text.
Yeah, I don't know if they're all called that or if that's just that one boss called that.
I imagine it's
Right.
just what they call their mechs.
I'm just gonna call
air
them
quotes mechs.
Yeah.
super cool, awesome giant patchwork.
Because they had, when you're going through the forest, there were like a couple different models, and they did have different names.
Well, because that's the thing. I don't think these mechs they make. It seems like people, the Gestrals just make them themselves. Like you had some kids making their own. You had other people make.
Mhm.
It's not like oh, this is how we all make them. No, it's everyone's kind of making their own mech for the fights and stuff,
I
and they
think
want to build the strongest one.
I think the gestural. Oh crap! I might remember the name. Naka, the one that basically tells you
Uh,
where the village is. He only tells
hmm.
you because hey, because Gustav promised to help him make a better Sakapatat, I think it is.
Yeah, yeah.
So you even
'Cause
Yeah.
find
I think he
him.
saw his arm, right?
You find him, and then you, I think, in a side quest later, get him something to make it. So I think they're all kind of making their own models to be the best one,
Yeah,
basically.
it's like a car. Like everyone has their own cars and they put their own parts in it.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, you kind of start to see like, oh, this is where you start to see this society of gestrels. It's all about fighting. You just want to beat the crap out of the other people and show that they're better. And also, I don't even know if it's fully that they're better. It's just the fact that they just love to fight. Even if win or lose, they just love to fight.
Yeah.
Obviously, they want to win and be the best champion, but they just throw down for the fun of it.
So in meeting the chef, she basically tells you that she'll only help you. I does she tell you that she's gonna like, oh, I know where it is, SKA, or does she say SKA? I can't remember.
Um,
They say SKA.
don't recall.
But basically,
I think she
she says she'll only help you if you beat the champion, because again, fight culture. But I mean, they don't die, so it's like cool, fun fight culture, not scary, bad fight culture.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so you go to the arena from there.
so who did you guys pick for your champion?
Gustav.
Which tracks? I think that makes sense for you.
Yeah,
I did Mael.
I did Lune.
that's a solid point. Oh, so we all chose a completely different
Yeah.
character.
Mhm.
Well, cause I think Mael has like the best like one-on-one just kill him fast.
She is.
thing.
She is. Just from her, even just from her weapon choice, she does seem like the one-on-one type character.
That tracks.
Um,
'Cause you just got to change
Yeah.
your stances
Yeah.
between your different moves, and then you get a bonus.
yeah, yeah.
You just cycle, and she does big single target damage.
And there are some
And
pictos
from
later.
the previous gestural fights, I'm like, it's just one-on-one, so
Yeah.
just fuck him up fast. I don't have to worry about dodging because I'll kill him.
Put that 1v1
And her-
picto on, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
But
So
you have to go Gustav. Gustav's the main character. He's literally the main character, so you got to go with him.
yeah, see, I don't know. I feel like in a lot of RPGs, when it's like, here's the main character, I just go, okay, I'm gonna put that to the side and focus on these guys. Because I mean, even like I love Chrono Trigger, but I think the main character Chrono doesn't even talk. Like it's almost like he doesn't have a personality. I mean,
Yeah, if you don't talk, you're the main character. Definitely, that's like the whole thing.
Yeah.
so I feel like most games when I'm given the main character, I just want to just put him aside and use someone else.
That's crazy. That's like playing Final Fantasy VII and being like, Cloud, I don't want to play with you.
Okay, but Cloud is. I don't want to play with you anymore.
He doesn't talk though.
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't talk. He
He's
explicitly.
he's a strong, sexy silent type.
And so also after you win the arena, you get a weapon. Was it for the character you beat it
I
with?
don't remember that.
either.
Because mine was. So I don't know if it
Hell,
will
I
always
cannot
be for that
remember.
character or if it's a set weapon for Mael.
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember either.
I remember.
I-
I know.
I-
I know. I got a weapon for her, but I can't remember. I got it from the thing or from running around the village. It's an arm.
Yeah. An arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
don't remember.
I don't remember what
again,
it looks
all,
like.
all the weapons are sort of tailored to how you get them. So a lot of the gestural weapons are like parts of gesturals, basically.
You know what would get me mad with that? Whenever I'd find a weapon in an area, it seemed like that weapon shared the area's element,
So it's like,
and then that means it did nothing to the people you were fighting, and that would piss me off because it was like, oh, this one is stronger and it has higher numbers, but then it'd be like resistant every time I hit them,
that's right.
and it would just like, well, this sucks, but it makes sense, but it sucks.
Yeah, so we go to fight the champion in the arena, and surprise, it's not a gestural, it's one of the missing expeditioners.
CL, it turns out, and the girl with the scar, who in the beginning I was like, oh, I'm gonna like this character. I'm glad she didn't fucking die. It seems like she's been chilling and just doing cool tournament stunts for a while, but it can't be more than a couple of days, right?
No, yeah, it can't be. There's no way she got there at that point.
Yeah.
Because how long ago was the crash or the not crash the D Day? Had to be like less than a week.
Less than a week, more than
Yeah.
a day.
Yeah, yeah. Because definitely nights have happened. Maybe I want to say probably, if we're being generous, 3 days. Because for sure
That's the vibe I get.
let's say the first night, and let's say he passed out for a whole day, and then that's when he woke up because he was so exhausted. Then by the end of that day, they're already going into the open world because like it becomes night once you get to that.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say when Gustav wakes up, a day has passed or so.
Mhm.
And then canonically, I think when Lune makes you camp, that's like the 1st night.
So
And then, so you probably haven't camped. You may or may not have camped before you got to the village. So, like 3-4 days.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
she just worked
and she's
with
just
the
been kicking
rakes,
ass.
apparently.
Well, she is awesome. She quickly became my highest damage dealer in my team. I was doing thousands of damage with her.
I replaced Gustav with her, and now I just have all girls.
Yeah. Well, that she for me, I didn't really know how she was, but she had cards, kind of like Gambit. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna have fun with her and stay on character. So I gave her pictos that made her like it was like 50% chance of this or this. So she was very luck based. So like I had multiple luck based pictos on her. So there would be times where I hit for like 800 damage and times I hit for like 6,000 damage. So it was just like, well, there we go.
Wow.
And she saved me a lot of fights where it's like, oh, this is a hard fight. And then she hits them and you just see their bar like drop because it was a very big hit.
I think there's a gestural somewhere there that wants you to do a ton of damage in one hit. Did you do that then?
Oh yeah, no. By that point I didn't have her because I talked to him first and I forgot to go back.
Yeah,
But
but
I
I
don't even
completely
think.
forgot about it.
Yeah, I don't
Just
even
this
think.
moment.
I don't remember if I even found him.
Well, he wanted like a ridiculous amount of damage. I don't even know if you can hit for that much.
I mean, you might be able to, but probably if you have to come back from towards the end of the act.
Maybe this game does kind of push returning to areas because very early on there's these rocks that you can't get past, and I'm assuming we're gonna get something later to let us get past those rocks. But damned if I know where those areas are again.
No, I know what you mean. There's some.
Yeah, before the end of Act 1, you can break them.
I don't remember that.
The world map rocks?
No,
The
they're-
rocks in the actual areas.
They're like these viney, rocky things.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just assumed something.
think I
cool
know
would
what you-
come up later.
Yeah, and we've seen those for a long time by this point, so I was like, oh no, going back to all those areas.
oh, I think, yeah, saw a couple of those.
There's a lot. There's quite a bit. There's a lot of times I ran into a wall and it was there, and I was like, oh well, I'm not going that way anymore.
There was a part.
I feel like most of those, there was like a path around to the other side.
I know there was one that I legit got stuck. There was just like a random path I just didn't look down, but I was just like, how do I break this fucking rock?
You know, I think there was one I was trying to find a way around forever, but I never did. Okay, yeah. I remember what you're talking about now.
Yeah, they definitely look like, in my video game experience, those look like something you should break.
It's the cracked
Yeah.
wall of
Yeah.
of Clair Obscur.
Yeah, but she's just a great character. I love her. She's got bangs. Always gotta love characters with bangs. You know,
I love
No,
characters
yeah.
with scars.
or yet love.
I have not used her
Oh
at
my God.
all.
That is wow. She's so good.
He's fun.
Yeah, I'm like, well, these are the first 3 you get, and they seem the most tied to the main story, so I'll just use them.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of pulled my L out.
I fall into that. trap.
I pulled my L out because I thought of it as just a story based world. Gustav would put her in the back, like, hey, let us do this, because
That's
he's
right.
always wanting to protect her. So I went with the whole like Gustav's not gonna have Mael fight head on. And then later it does when you get the 4th member. If you guys get wiped, that 4th member could come in and fight. So it's like a last stand. So then I thought that made sense. Like, oh, my caretakers fell, so now it's up to me to fight to the death at this point.
That tracks. Even like when I
Yeah.
play like Red Dead, and the whole thing is that you're not a criminal anymore, and you're trying to make your good with the government or whatever. I play that game. I never do crimes because John Marston wouldn't do crimes at this point in his life.
Or you can do crimes and be like, that's the struggle. It's like he still
Crap.
has kind of a
Oh, no.
criminal. You got to go back and play it.
I gotta go back and replay it for like the 4th time.
Yeah, I mean, they do a lot of shows like that where it's like, hey, the reformed criminal, but then he still kind of sometimes dips
It
into
just does
that.
a little bit of crimes.
Yeah, that's like, oh, I'm trying to be clean, but it keeps pulling me back in.
So you beat the champion. The
Yeah.
chef tells you where it is, and there's a password to get in. And we all know what that password is, right?
Yep.
I don't remember. Was it like?
She says to scream as loud as you can, get out of my
Oh
way.
yeah. Oh yeah. And then you do it later. Yeah.
Oh, so
Like whoa.
of everything in this place, the only thing I backed off from fighting was the chef.
I know.
Oh
I
yeah,
tried fighting her like 3 times. She completely wiped my ass, and I was like, I'm out of here.
I didn't even try to fight her because I was like, I don't want to, like, start something with this people. Like, if there's like a.
They like it. She was down.
No, I know, but like,
Yeah.
I don't know. They all were like bowing to her. I didn't want to be like, let's fight, and then
They were
like,
doing
hey.
push-ups to her. Like,
Yeah, that's their bowing.
probably.
So out of curiosity, at the time, I did check like, oh, like how's I wanted to see the fight because I'm not gonna go back for that fight, and I put like I just want to see how that fight would go, and I don't think you're meant to even be close to winning that fight. I don't think it's.
Yeah,
There's
that's
people that can do it, but I don't think you're supposed to do it.
what I figured. So I was like, I'm out of here. And so that's the only one I backed. But every other like hard fight I found, I
Wimp,
did it until I beat it.
Wimp,
Oh,
wimp, quitter. I never started it, so I can't be a quitter if I never started it.
Damn you! Damn your logic.
Yeah, I didn't try and fight her because by the time I finished that area, I like ran out of time to play for that day, and then I just never got back around to it. So like, all right, didn't waste my time.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, so she tells you where to find SKA, and then you leave, and then the next canonical night happens.
I think just before that. No, you're right.
Yeah.
And this is when you get the first like dream vision thing with Mael.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What is it? She was kind of there.
What are we
She
thinking?
was about.
Like, what is what? Like, well, why she do this?
Yeah, like
No, it is weird. The parallels between, what's his name, the guy with the cane,
Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
So there are parallels between Gary Oldman, and then at that point you see a girl he has in his group, and it looks just like Mael.
Yeah, I was like, time
And
travel,
then-
time travel.
yeah.
Yeah, and then he looks just like Gustav, and it's like there's a weird thing going on there. I don't know if they did that on purpose to make us think that.
I'm sure.
I thought like maybe there was like some kind of like time travel or reincarnation shit going on with or something maybe, but I don't think
I don't
so,
know.
but
I'm
like it
still on
was
the
a
fence.
possibility that went through my head.
She
believe-
literally looks just like Mael.
But she's wearing a mask, and I believe in this scene she doesn't talk.
'Cause
I think
no,
Gary
she
Oldman
doesn't.
just says, "Hey,
And
you gotta
what
leave."
you
Yeah, you shouldn't be
the
here.
little
You're
bit of her
causing trouble.
face you can
Mhm.
see seems fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
it looks
mask?
so much like her.
And then Gary Oldman's just like, "Hey, you should get out of here, though."
Her her name is Alicia.
Mhm.
But at this point, everyone's kind of frozen, and Mael it's like a dream, but not really, because I think they were all awake, right?
Yeah, they were like having a conversation, and then everything goes grayscale, and everyone except for Mael freezes, and then these two mysterious people show up.
Yeah, and that's when he's telling her that we shouldn't be here.
Yeah,
He actually
like,
tells Mael,
the
I think you're
girls-
causing all of this. You are doing all
Yeah.
of this.
Yes.
So
And it's her fault they're going to die.
I feel like there's a connection between Mael and Alicia, at least.
Yeah, and at this point, I was thinking, I was like, her saying, or him saying, you're the reason they're all going to die, I was thinking, like, ooh, okay. So
Yeah, and like she's explicitly 16. She was born after all this started. So how is it her fault?
yeah, I was that's what I was trying to think. But like, it doesn't sound like he's telling her like, oh, this all happened because of you. No, he's like saying if you don't stop now, they're all gonna die because of you.
I feel
Kind
like
of warning
it
her.
could go either way.
That's yeah, and that's what I can see. That's how I took it. Basically, him warning her like you're doing this, and because of your actions,
See,
they're all gonna die.
if that was the case, why not tell that to Gustav? Because I feel like he's kind of the one leading it.
But he has like a
Yeah,
weird thing with
so
Mayo. Like I don't know,
That's
they
what I'm saying.
keep talking to her.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if the what did they call it something? The gamage, like this whole cat. They called it something, didn't they?
What?
The the separation, the thing that took him from here to here, the paintress area. I forgot what they
The
call
boat? A boat?
it. Yeah, the boatening. I don't know if necessarily the boatening is Mael's fault, but I feel like
no, I think he was talking more like existentially than yeah, because obviously
Mm.
getting on a boat and traveling is not her fault, but
I mean, the thing that
That's
took
true.
them out of Paris into where they're at. They called it
The
something.
journey they're on, the expedition they're on.
No, there's a they called a thing for it's like the cataclysm.
the thing that moved
Yeah,
Paris,
didn't they call it something? Like
I
ever
don't
since the
remember.
cataclysm happened, I thought they called it something. I'll go
I
back
don't
and
know
listen to an old
because
episode.
I took it as like he was warning her because I mean it's been a second so I might be remembering what he said differently but
But he
I
did.
took
It
it
was
as
your
like they're
fault.
going to die because of you.
Yeah, that's
So that
definitely
means
the
they're not destined yet to like unless you keep following this path they're going to die, and that's how I saw it. But then at the same time, it's
maybe
why
that,
is he talking to her when she's not leading this expedition? She's not really forcing them to keep going forward.
unless that goes back to the time travel bit, and he knows something in the future that's going to happen, and it's like, hey, a bunch of shit's going to happen, and you're going to be responsible for it.
Maybe,
Yeah, like
maybe it's kind of one of those things where at the end she's gonna have to make a decision, and if she made that decision, it would cause this all to not happen. But then, but then it's like one of those like Witcher things where it's like the right decision is gonna cause all this to happen, though. But so it's maybe,
yeah, like
but
what he was saying, like is her fault. It seems kind of like world ending by his
oh
like
maybe.
I just took it as the
I
party.
don't know.
Yeah, I
could
took
be
it as the
too.
party, but now that you're saying that, I
No,
can see
he did
that.
say like her friends are gonna die, but he also was like implying that him and Alicia were in trouble from her too. That's why he doesn't want her to do it.
Well,
Because if it's only her Miles' friends that are gonna die, why the fuck
Yeah,
does he
that's
care?
it seems
well,
like
I
he
mean,
doesn't
that's
care
why I'm
about
saying
that.
if it's a warning, that's why. But it does seem like he also wants to keep that other girl away from Al. Like, hey, we shouldn't be here. We shouldn't be doing this.
Or,
Like, if it's causing something.
or he's playing on her emotions, like, hey, your friends are gonna die, but also secretly bad stuff's gonna happen to me. But he's trying to say, hey, your
Yeah,
friends are gonna die, get out of here.
she's a kid. You know.
Yeah, I think it was pretty explicit. Like bad stuff is gonna happen to him and Alicia, who he cares about, but also her friends. So you shouldn't keep doing, because then your friends are gonna die. Turn back now. He does like tell her like just
Mm.
leave. We'll leave you alone if you just leave.
Yeah. So the thing is, at this point, I kind of just dawned on me from what you were saying. If we're going with that kind of logic, I'm thinking that the first expedition probably got to the Paintress, and then they saw
They do say they got there.
see, and then they see, oh, if they get rid of her, everything ceases to exist because she is like creates it all at this point. So maybe that's what's saying. Like, if you guys continue this and get to her and kill her, everyone dies.
Maybe that is all for today.
Mhm.
If anyone wants to play along at home, you can email us at newgameclubpod@gmail. I remember to do it this time. Really quick, we have our segment we have every week. It's called Video Game Reviews with Tiffany. How are you enjoying Silksong, Tiffany? That's all the time we have
I've
today.
only got
Remember, everybody, tomorrow comes.